Hi, my name is Dr. Sharon Rich. I am so glad to come to you today and just to share a thought. I was thinking about doorkeepers or gatekeepers. It's amazing how throughout our lives we see the activities of gatekeepers, whether we're thinking of a gatekeeper as a parent or an individual that stewards their body well, or an individual who actually has a profession, and their professional duties include processes and procedures and that make a gatekeeping type of scenario for those who would access, whether it's files or use financial tools or use platforms. There's always gatekeepers, whether there's a password or otherwise. When thinking of gatekeepers, um, as said, we will see it within parents. Parents are often gatekeepers to the individuals who have access to their children, monitoring their friends, their relationships, as well as those who would come alongside and present themselves as mentors. We have the ability to say who will and who won't have access to our children at certain ages. And by doing so, we are ensuring paths of success. When thinking of gatekeepers for our body, we are deciding what we will put in our body. So we as individuals, we become a gatekeeper for our body. Gatekeepers often are known as individuals who allow access or open doors or um, allow entrance to a place or a thing. So we as individuals, we decide what will be given access and entrance into our bodies. And so we steward it well when we decide that we will give it what actually feeds it nutrition and health. It's the same as if one were considering um, putting sugar in a car. That is not exactly what would benefit the car as opposed to gas. Gas and oil generally benefits a car. With our bodies, water, proper nutrients, foods that are alive. When I say alive, I'm speaking of that give life. Um, our dietary needs vary. However, foods that give life, green substances, things that fruits, vegetables, fish, those type of things often are the very things that produce life and also assist with life, the omega um, fats and the good things that actually feed the life force within us is very good. When one is thinking spiritually, we are also gatekeepers of our soul and our spirit based on what we allow to access our soul and spirit. When we are consuming, whether it be entertainment or otherwise, that breeds life, that also encourages growth and mobility, and upward motion, and also accomplishing more than what we will accomplish if we stay in a place wherever we are that does not allow growth. So the things that we consume, whether it's good books or um, media that actually teaches us or gives us opportunity to explore what life looks like in the next level of our advancement or our growth, both um, professionally, individually, spiritually, mentally. All of these things feed our spirit and our soul. When I think of gatekeepers, there was something that occurred while studying for my doctorate. I came to a place of impasse, and while meditating and praying, it came to me that there is a gatekeeper that has often been something that people have encountered when going to the next level of spirituality in God, or when studying uh, or advancing in education. And because there are certain realms of education that seemingly individuals do not advance through, although the path is often listed as the same for each, there are gatekeepers. And if one understands education, because it deals with not only the way that an individual thinks, how they process um, the ability to do something, or the thought process of doing it, deeming it possible or impossible, um, it then becomes not only something of a soulish as far as your emotional realm, but it also becomes something that is closely connected with the spiritual realm. As a result, I will restate what I said. While completing my studies for doctorate, I noticed that there seemed to have been a gate or a threshold or an impasse that I was bumping against. And so I began to pray. And what I felt in my heart was to speak to the gatekeeper. When entering a building, we often speak to the gatekeeper. They will approach us and they will say things such as, are you, say if we're speaking of a hotel, they'll say, are you staying? Are you coming to visit a particular shop or otherwise? And they will, in other words, they're the first line of a guard. And that's what I found while studying. I found that um, there is a gatekeeper that most people, for whatever reason, hit an impasse and they feel as if they cannot go beyond. And so it may be in your profession and your professional life, or either in your family life or in your marriage life, or actually in studies. And so, just practical application, what I began to do is I began to pray and decree and declare that I have access to the next realm in education. And I commanded the gatekeeper, the thing that's blocking me, the thing that makes me lethargic, the thing that um, would cause me to be sleepy in times that of study, or when I was making great progress, as if things would come along that would cause one to be lethargic in the pursuit, or cause me to be lethargic in the pursuit. And so I began to speak to my heart, to my mind, and to the gatekeeper. And I said, based on the word of God, I have access into the next realm. And I commanded it to give me keys to go through. And during that time, it was as if one turned a lock. And so what seemed hard and insurmountable now became something that was obtainable. And so while completing that, the last um, part of the journey with completing a doctorate in organizational leadership with a emphasis in development, it was very um, it was very strategic for me to understand that just as gatekeepers are at doors of hotels and also at states, or the gatekeeper that we become for our children or have been for our children, or the gatekeeper that wives are for their home, keeping out anything that will offend or that comes along to rob or to prohibit um, the peace of God and the happiness that is your portion as you conduct your family life. It's wonderful to know that you have keys that give access or that prevent individuals from coming in and out of your homes, be they physical or spiritual. And so it is even with your body when you believe God for healing, divine healing, and you rebuke sickness and disease, and you speak the peace of God and the healing power of Jesus Christ resonating in your body and dwelling there, and decreeing and declaring that health is your portion, is the same thing as you do when you are also speaking of access to the next realm of your success. The next realm of your success in your ministry, in your family, in your education, in your studies, in your relationships. That access is given to you. And so, even now, I decree and declare that by the power of Jesus Christ and his blood and the access that he has given us to all things that pertain to both the natural and spiritual realm that is good and preordained by him, we decree and we declare access for you and for yours. Your children who have been going through a stumbling block, seeming as if they aren't able to move to the next level in their profession or in their professional lives or in their relationships or in their maturation, we speak the next level to them, to you in your marriage. Those things that seem like are the stumbling block, that you get to a certain impasse, and even though you've made great progress and things are seemingly going well, it seems all of a sudden that things change and shift as if something walked through the room, as if a fragrance changed, a fragrance of peace changing to an odor. We speak the peace of God, the fragrance of God that gives peace beyond understanding, that it saturates your home, your life, and everything that you apply your life to. We speak peace in your body, and we speak that you are a great gatekeeper and that you're stewarding your body well, and that the thing that has been a deterrent prior to, that now through the power of Jesus Christ, everything that comes to prevent you from excelling, everything that comes to prevent you from doing exceedingly and abundantly above more than you can ask or think, now that is removed, and that the advancement of God, and that the keys, and that the gatekeepers that keep you from going to the next level now give you access through the blood of the Lamb and the work of the cross and what Jesus has wrought. I speak peace to you, happiness, wholeness, and blessing. One last category of individuals, those of you who have suffered great heartbreak, whether it's been grief or the loss of um, a dream, or the loss of a love, or the loss of what you thought would happen even in your marriage and with your children. Speak of the peace of God that brings all things together and that walks into a room and causes peace and harmony, and that restores the dream that happened before life happened, that now it is your portion, that you would live again, think again, desire again, hope again, and dream again, and that God will heal the broken place, and that he will wash it and make it brand new. You have the greatness of God on the inside of you, and he is the one that recreates. So may your heart be recreated to hope again, and to love again, to live again, and to receive your portion, and to walk into your destiny in your brand new day. Be encouraged and be a blessing to those around you. share the knowledge, and hope to see you again. Blessings. And this again is Dr. Sharon Rich. I look forward to speaking with you again. Have a wonderful, wonderful